How's it going, everyone? Today we're going to be jumping into the newest Super Impact for the Masked Man, or my boy Obito Uchiha, which I have been looking forward to. I love Obito, and that's one of my favorite versions of Obito because he was so strong and just crazy in that fight against Minato, especially with the 9 tails under his control. Just really dope altogether. So one of my favorite versions of him. Glad to see a newer version of him as well, because I don't really think the other one is gonna help you nowadays. He has an immense chakra cost, 8 and 16 I believe, which is incredibly too much. That's literally twice as much as what you normally would have nowadays. 4 and 8 or 3 and 6 is almost a bare minimum nowadays. So with that said, I really do think that getting a new version of him was really a good thing, and I'm glad that we just got one, especially because the Blazing Festival is Minato, and Minato is my second favorite character right below Obito, so I'm obviously loving it, and I'm probably gonna jump into the summons for Minato tomorrow. Honestly, I haven't actually really talked about shit I summoned from. I mean, I did last week and I was against it, but I do have enough pearls now because I've grinded since then. I played Kage League a little bit as well, so I'm looking forward to that. I'm going to be jumping into it and it's going to be a lot of fun, so hopefully I'll be able to do that. But until then, we're going to be doing the SS rank for Obito today by myself for it, and I'm going to be just using without Minato. I'm going to be taking the team, so of course the man is going to be Obito the boss. He's going to be a body type, so you would think taking skill type, but we'll talk about that because there's actually other typings that you need to take into account. There's the second map, which has, you know, different typing, and on the third map you can kind of use, you know, 7 stars nowadays, which are heart types. Even though the heart type has a disadvantage, I recommend taking Kakashi, or maybe even say just Six-Pass Naruto, something like that. 7 star is definitely very helpful nowadays. They kind of are like the, you know, they break the ordinary rule. They're kind of the exception. You can take them even on a mission like this where the type is disadvantaged. Now, of course, this Obito is gonna be pretty crazy. You already know he is, especially with the 9 tails under his control. So he has Jutsu Ceiling, Immobilization, Switch Ceiling, Damage Conversion from health, and also the restricting movement, which can be very, very annoying. I think, in my opinion, the damage conversion and the movement restriction are probably the worst, because that just puts you in a really bad spot, literally. Of course, if you take Minato, this will be something you don't even really need to worry about, because he's gonna have 3 times health and 2 times strength boost. And what's crazy is, just like normal, he's gonna have a big ninjutsu boost, so he's gonna have 3 times damage and ignores sub. He's also gonna have 3 times damage and ignore sub on his ult, but a little bit differently, he will get 3 chakra back rather than 2, and I believe he does have a little bit of a boost on the attack weakening damage effect, which is really good. So this Minato is going to ignore sub on both of his jutsu, which is perfect because it is Obito Uchiha we're talking about, so Kamui is going to be in full effect. That man's gonna have perfect dodge and substitution just all over the place, so you're gonna need something like that that can ignore it. So Minato is gonna be very helpful, especially with that 750 boost that he has, so I definitely recommend taking that into account. But with that said, that's going to take care of it, so let's go ahead and jump into the team setup. So this is the team I'm going to be taking. I have a lot of dodging and healing at the same time, but I have both EMS Sasuke's there, so to go ahead and take on the body typing. I wanted to bring Naruto and Kakashi though, because Naruto can be very helpful for just ignoring sub and also just dodging all that stuff, and he's got that good heal as well. And then Kakashi, because he can switch the typing on his latent skill, which is of course very amazing, so that should come in handy very well. But with that said, let's go ahead and jump into it. I think Madara and the EMS Sasuke's are going to do a pretty good job as well, so yeah, let's get into it, man. I'm looking forward to this. All right, first map, let's go ahead and get into it. So my boy Obito here, he's definitely, as you can see, he's doing his own thing, so I'm gonna go ahead and spread out. We're not gonna use anything right now because, yeah, that dude does have the what's it called? He does have the sub, so there's no point in using a jutsu that's not going to ignore the sub. So let's go ahead and do this. Honestly, bringing Madara and Obito for that reason alone is pretty good. I believe this man has slip damage, so you do need to watch out for that, but otherwise you are good. Honestly, I could go ahead and use Final Valley Naruto, but there's no point. I like having Obito because he nullifies the type of disadvantage, so it doesn't really matter. But this man can bring you out to a heart type, so you need to watch that for sure. Oh, I hope he doesn't do it here because I do need Madara's jutsu, so yeah, let's stay out the way of that. We can go ahead and get some heals down though, just in case. We did get a chakra reset, so there is that, so we'll go ahead and do this. But yeah, you definitely want to watch out because he will switch your typing, which is very annoying, honestly, and it does last quite a while if you get hit a second time like that. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is do this, go ahead and use Madara. Wish I could get a crit, that'd be amazing, but with the fact that this dude has sub, that's why you just kind of gotta wait it out. So now what I'll go ahead and do is use Obito. Hopefully that finishes him off. I mean, with the type like disadvantage being nullified, hopefully this will do enough. If not, I can go ahead and use the other EMS Sasuke, and I mean, you know, that could do it. But there we go. All right, we're already done with the first map. Not too bad, not too bad at all. And we're only 10 turns in. So Kurama right here, pretty interesting boss if I am saying so. I think it's really cool that they have 2 bosses on this. It's actually what I wanted, if you guys remember my video where I actually talked about how they had 2 bosses for the Jubito one. I was talking about how it would have been interesting for them to do it for this too. So I am really glad that they did that. Like extremely glad, honestly, because I think it makes it so much more interesting. I loved the fight with Minato and Obito because he had the 9 tails kind of with him and stuff. I thought that was really dope. So honestly, I'm really glad they added 2 bosses here as well. So there we go. Now he does take away chakra on his secret technique, which you need to watch out for. Other than that, he can just movement restrict you, which isn't too big of a deal, honestly. If like I mean, it's really not. It's really not. Just stay up here, in my opinion. That's like what I would do. Let's hopefully get a chakra reset. No chakra reset, but that's fine. Unfortunately, I can't hit both the spots either right there, so I'm not going to get an ultra combo, but that's completely fine. So now, the reason I really wanted to bring 7-star Kakashi is because his latent skill, you guys already know what his latent skill does. It switches the typing to skill, which is obviously very, very amazing. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to use that, and it's just obviously a very good jutsu to have. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and switch out to Kakashi now. Stand back over here outside of the attack reduction and go ahead and use this. Hopefully this will do quite a bit of damage. Switching the typing and everything is obviously very good. 154k. This man has a ton of health though, which is the problem. But if you can see what I'm kind of doing here, I also have Final Valley Naruto. So Final Valley Naruto is going to be very clutch for that while the typing still switched and he ignores everything. Now, unfortunately, this Obito just wanted to be kind of, you know, messed up. He wanted to go and switch seal me, so that's kind of a rip. But that's fine. We still have plenty of skill units that I can go ahead and use to go ahead and take care of this Obito. So there is that. But even a 7-star Kakashi, honestly, with that late skill, as you can see, doesn't do a tremendous job. But that's fine. So what I'm going to go ahead and do now is I'm going to go ahead and just try to kind of spread out as well, because as you can see, this man, like I said, he hurts quite a bit, but I do get a lot of heals back too. So yeah, just stay spread out. I'm going to split up here because he's going to hit all of them anyway. He's got a really high range, which I don't like, but bringing units like this, like Madara, that can like ignore it by just subbing out is really good. Obviously, we're on 23 turns, so we should be good as well. We'll see what's up, but let's go ahead and do this. And what's really good also about Obito and Madara, not just the sub, they do ignore perfect dodge and stuff of that nature. And what's really good is because like EMS Sasuke doesn't, what you can go ahead and do is you can go ahead and bring out someone like EMS Sasuke, and after I use Obito's jutsu, and that'll remove any barrier, dodge, anything of that nature. So it's really good for that. So I am still jutsu sealed and I am still switch sealed. This man is really getting on my nerves, if I'm being honest with you. But like I said, it's okay because we're just gonna stall up right here. I'm gonna go ahead and use this, and that'll be fine right there. I just need to stop getting switch sealed. Jutsu sealing's fine. I brought out the units for that can tank that. That's fine with me, because once I get to EMS Sasuke's jutsu, that's when we're really into the clear. So yeah, we'll do that. I think I'm gonna go ahead and bring out Sasuke now. I mean, I don't know. Getting switch sealed is one thing, but also getting jutsu sealed is another. So there is that. That's what I hate about this man, dude. I hate him that he switch seals you and jutsu seals you. Like, that's really broken OP. I hate when they do that for bosses like this and they give him such a huge range. So it's just like, okay, where should you go? But as you can see, it didn't last very long. So what I think I'm gonna go ahead and do now is bring out Kakashi again, just so I don't get jutsu sealed from his normal attack, because that's what can also jutsu seal you, which is really bad. And I'm still immobilized, unfortunately, but that's fine. Just gonna spread out, man. That's all you really can do. This dude's very tedious. This Obito is just like how he fought against Minato. It's gonna be very annoying. And then once I do have this jutsu, I can't use it yet because this man has a perfect dodge up. Of course he does, so that's fine. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna stand up here. Hopefully it'll lure him up here. I'm gonna go ahead and use Madara's jutsu. Thank God I got a chakra reset. That's actually very helpful, because this will also remove the perfect dodge and the barrier as well. So if I don't want to use Obito, I don't have to. But it's so annoying, man. This masked man, they made him really annoying to fight against, and I'm kind of glad, because that's what he was. That's what he was like, bro. So I'm fine with that. Let's go ahead and do this. If I did have access to my other EMS Sasuke right here, this could very well come in clutch, but the immobilization definitely is killing me quite a bit, I will be honest with you. But because of the sub, I'm not really taking too much damage. It's just the fact of how much he actually just does. Like, he does a lot of damage, honestly, but as long as you bring some good heals, you should be good too. So I'm gonna keep staying down here. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and use Kakashi's latent skill again, and let's see if this will do more hopefully this time compared to the last time. But I mean, obviously this man just has so much health too. They gave this dude insane amounts of health. So there is that. How many turns am I on? 46. We're cutting it pretty close, but that's okay because I think I just won. I can go ahead and use my boy yeah, I can go ahead and use my boy Naruto while taking advantage of this boost, and this should hopefully do enough. So bringing some hard types actually is not a bad idea, especially if you have Kakashi to switch the typing like that. And there we go. That takes care of the Masked Man. A very annoying raid. You definitely do have to kind of go through the RNG. I mean, you could bring a team that nullifies a mobilization and jutsu ceiling, but I just wanted to kind of bring power over that because I could still wiggle and kind of make it work out in my favor. So there we go. That takes care of it. Under 50 turns without the Minato. I am gonna be trying to jump back into it with Minato on my side, but for now I do have my first mega rare unit that I did not get from a summon, which I think is really cool. So there we go. That's my boy Obito right there. 6-star unit, 3/6 chakra as well, which is not bad. And yeah, so they updated the mega rare. Obviously it's still a 6-star, but you know what I'm saying, it's a free mega rare because they updated the animation for it, which I think is really cool. 4 7-stars, so it's a newer animation for the 6-star super impact units, which I can definitely appreciate. So there we go. That takes care of it, man. I hope you all enjoyed this and found it pretty helpful. If you guys are struggling with the raid, go ahead and use a team setup like that. I definitely recommend bringing the nuking. It's very helpful, but don't just limit yourself to skill type units because the Kurama on the second map can be a different typing, and on top of that, the third map you can definitely take advantage of 7-stars like Kakashi or that nature. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I hope y'all enjoyed this. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.